Last year, we tested a whole bunch of adventure bikes, and it's clear that the ADVs are the hot motorcycles at the moment. So much so that in the year 2020 EICMA show, nearly all major manufacturers introduced new or updated adventure models to cater to the growing demand for these versatile machines. Now, in the local market, ADVs continue to be the most popular too, with more and more big bike riders upgrading to or branching out to mid to high displacement adventure bikes. Let's take a look at the top 5 adventure bikes the MotoDeal team is excited to see in the local market this year from behind the desk. Let's kick things off with the Suzuki V-Strom 250. We already know that this model will be available in the Philippine market, as Suzuki Philippines already unveiled the entry-level ADV machine. The V-Strom 250 in particular is especially interesting, as it's one of the few entry-level bikes that open doors to first-time riders in the adventure segment. At present, it's virtually unrivaled in the small displacement ADV segment, and although it carries a rather premium price of 229,000 Philippine pesos, it's sure to attract riders looking for a versatile and practical machine for use in the city, as well as the occasional out-of-town adventure, while exploring the various back roads and gravel trails in the countryside. This will probably be a big hit in places outside Luzon, where you won't be restricted by the 400cc freeway rule. For years now, Honda has been teasing us with the development of a middleweight adventure tourer with a focus on off-road capability. Being the only Japanese manufacturer without a contender in the middleweight ADV segment, Honda finally introduced the Transalp 750 at EICMA 2022. Now, whether or not this bike will prove to be a worthy opponent against the crowd favorites like the Yamaha Tenere 700 and the KTM 790 Adventure remains to be seen. We just hope that Honda does introduce the Transalp 750 in the Philippine market sometime this year. Italian motorcycle brand Benelli has climbed up the ranks in recent years, kinda out of nowhere. While the brand's presence in the local market could use some improvement, this isn't the case in Europe, where the brand has enjoyed skyrocketing sales over the course of the past couple of years. In the form of the Benelli TRK 502, the company has a solid adventure tourer, which for a time held the crown as the best-selling motorcycle in Spain and Italy. Now, with the launch of the TRK 800, Benelli looks to bring its A-game to the likes of KTM, BMW, and Aprilia. Although the likelihood of the TRK 800 making its way to the Philippine shores in 2023 isn't great, it would certainly broaden the selection of middleweight adventure bikes in the market if Benelli does indeed decide to introduce it locally. Now, many of you may not be familiar with the brand Vogue. Strike a pose. But those of you who are would know that this Chinese manufacturer means business in the premium segment. So Vogue or Vogue is in fact the premium subsidiary of Chinese motorcycle giant Lonsin, who is responsible for the development of BMW's 850cc and 900cc engines. Now, I'm sure some of you can already see where this is going, especially in the case of the 900DS, which is essentially Vogue's in-house developed BMW F850 GS. Now, those of you who've ridden the F850 GS would know that it's one of the most off-road capable models in BMW's entire roster. So the bar has been set rather high for the 900DS. Now, since my favorite bike that I tested in 2022 was the Ducati Multistrada V4S, it's rather natural the newer version will be the one I'm most excited for in 2023. How can they improve on a nearly perfect bike? Well, let's start with a new and larger tank. The range of the Multistrada V4 was almost laughable for an ADV, so the added fuel should make this machine even better. It's also got better ergonomics to make it more comfortable, and a new Skyhook DSS Evo system with travel increased to 200 millimeters, auto leveling minimum preload, and the suspension lowering kit. Now, there's no price or date yet for how much or when this bike will be available here in the Philippines, but you can bet that the Ducatisti here in the country will be waiting with great anticipation. Well, folks, there you have it, the top 5 bikes the MotoDeal team is excited for the year 2023. If you guys want to learn more about these bikes, you can log on to www.motodeal.com.ph. Till then, this has been Gene Rufino from Behind the Desk.